Just want to make a really quick video update on the theory of optimism. So in my last video, when I was talking about the linear safe progression and the exponential progression, I think I'm not going to use that terminology, probably just linear versus exponential progression. And also in the end of that video, I mentioned that it's like when you're discouraged, when you have negative perceptions about your life, that it's the inverse of true. I'll amend that and say it's not about your life, it's about the trajectory of your life. But I do think that is true. If you have negative perceptions about the trajectory of your life or discouraged about the trajectory of your life, then that is actually, you can essentially take it as a good sign. And the reason you can take it as a good sign is because if you're discouraged about the trajectory of your life, it means that you have done one of two things. Either you've started believing in the linear progression again, or you need to adjust your hopes and dreams and your perspective to be higher. It basically just means you have your ambitions are too low. And I think that's just like, there's only two possible outcomes. That's why if you have a negative perception about your life trajectory, it's actually a good sign. The reason this is important is because the practical part of the optimism, if you are trying to use the exponential progression, that's all well and good, but the results probably won't come immediately. And because of the nature of it, they might not come for a very long time. And so you need some way of managing your expectations in that interim. If your hopes are really high, you do want your hopes to be high, but you don't want them to be too high, because if essentially it puts your attention, wherever your hopes are, your attention is there as well. You just think of your hopes as the farthest distance into the future you are willing to allow your attention to be. And so if your hopes are too high or too far into the future, it makes it so that your attention is not close enough to the present to be able to act on the things that you need to be able to act on in the present. But also, in order to be able to manifest the positive eventualities that you want to manifest and accelerate your life, you don't want your attention to be too close to the present, because you need your attention to be just a little bit more into the future. So you need a practical mechanism to let you balance between not too far into the future, but also not too close to the present. And I think this is that mechanism. It's that you should aim high, and if you are discouraged at any point, either it means that you have started believing that linear progression again, or you need to actually increase it should aim bigger. I'm continuing to iterate on this, but I'm really excited with how it's going, and I'll continue to post updates.